Hello guys, this is Brian here with an update. Today is Wednesday morning, March the 14th, 2018. It's around 12:30 in the morning. Had to get up in a couple hours to go to the hospital and have my back injection done. So here is some updates and what's going on and what led up to this point. About 3 weeks ago, I was supposed to have my neck injection done at the surgical place. Well, I got there and did all the paperwork and the usual stuff. They ask you questions. And they weighed me, and once I got back into the little room, the nurse asked tons of questions. What medications you take. The same old crap, right? And all of a sudden, she had a bad look on her face. And she said, "I'll be right back," in a weird tone. And she shut the door to the exam room, but the door had a window so I could see through, and this place wasn't very big. And 5 to 6 people gathered around and looked at my medical record, and they were making phone calls. And that really scared me. And I was starting to panic. At first, I thought, well, could it be one of my medications I take they don't like for some odd reason? But even though the pain management doctor knows what I take, I did answer her questions, right? I mean, I didn't travel any place outside the United States. I do have a flu shot and all this, and 30 minutes went by, and the nurse manager came in and explained that unfortunately, because I was just 2 pounds over the BMI limit, they can't perform my procedure because they're worried about if I stop breathing, they have no way of them to start. They don't have a way to revive me if I stop breathing. If I did stop, they would have to call 911 and get me transported to a hospital because the outpatient surgical place is not attached to a hospital. And she said, it's because you laying on your stomach and your head. I had these before, obviously, and they kind of mess with your head a little bit, make them kind of like this, sort of. When you lay down in the weird positions, basically. So if I stop breathing, they have no way of. She said 99.99999% nothing will happen, because a steroid injection is an extremely safe procedure. But you could be that 1% that can have a problem. And also could be maybe the anesthesiologist can give you too much sedation and cause you to stop breathing. So they said they can't perform it, and I would have to call my doctor's office. And I did call them in the parking lot, and they said they can get me in the hospital. And they did. That was last Wednesday. And when I first saw the doctor, he was real apologetic about everything. And I said, it's not your fault. It's safer than sorry. And he said, nothing would have happened. I mean, steroid injections are the very, 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 very extremely safe procedures. And unfortunately, at my weight, the surgical place probably saw me as a big time liability, basically. Because I asked them, the nurse manager and as well as the doctor. Well, I said, well, what do they do with people who are under general anesthesia for like regular surgery? And they both said, well, they have a protective air tube in them because that's when the anesthesiologist put a tube down. So I guess if I stop breathing, they don't have a way to put a tube in my mouth. I guess I don't know. The lady said they didn't have the right breathing equipment and masks. I don't know. Oh well, life goes on. I went on down to the hospital. In the meantime, I hurt my back really badly. I don't know, from carrying groceries, uh, picking something off the floor or something. I hurt my back really badly. So I went to the spine doctor, and he said I might have a herniated disc, or it may be bulging out. And he ordered an MRI, CT scan, and X-ray, flex X-ray. And I had that done last week, and because I had my neck injection done last week. Now, get this, I called the pain management doctor's office up on that last Monday, and asked them, my back is bothering me. I'd rather have a injection done in my back versus the neck, because the back is really affecting the way I walk. The pain shoots down my left leg. It hurts worse than the neck. Um, she said, unfortunately, we can't change it because it's already been sent to for authorization at Blue Cross, as well all the stuff been sent to the hospital. Let me call your insurance company and see if they will pay for 2 injections done the same day. Well, unfortunately not. Supposedly, she said Blue Cross will not pay for 2 injections. And I kind of meaning that since the doctor's doing the same procedure, technically, he won't get paid for the second one. Basically, that's what I understand. So it's probably more of the doctor's part. So Blue Cross is going to have to shell out, I think, after the anesthesiologist his fee in the hospital, around $2,000 to $3,000. Now get this, they bill the insurance company around $10,000. Then what the contract rate is around $2,000 to $3,000. So it's inflated when they submit it to the insurance company. You know how that works. And since they won't pay for this, she said, well, I can get you in the following week if you want to have it done that soon. And I said, yeah. So I'm having it done this morning. So here it is, 12:30 in the morning. I have to be there at 6 or 6:30. I tried to go to bed earlier, and I'm just too tired. Too tired to sleep. Too much in pain. I did get my results from the scans. Now, that was a problem on its own. The image. I went to see the spine doctor, and a couple of days later, the imaging place called me, and I got it all set up. I said, I'm having a procedure done Wednesday, so I can do it Thursday. Because at first I thought I can do it on both, this procedure and the scanning done the same day. But then I realized, well, since it's the same healthcare company in the hospital and the imaging place, Blue Cross may not like that. So she said, okay, we'll get you in Thursday at 3 o'clock. Wednesday afternoon, they called and said the MRI machine is not, or sometime in the afternoon they called me and saying it's not working, and they can switch me to the hospital down the street. I said, okay, no problem. Then Thursday morning, Thursday mid-afternoon Thursday, they called me and said, well, we can get you at the outpatient place. The MRI machine is fixed now. So I had the scan done. Friday I had to come back and pick up the results. And time I did that and came home, the place was closed. Well, they don't give you the paper copies of the results. You have to print them off from the disc they give you. The X-ray disc had the results. The CT scan disc had the results, but not the MRI. So I went back there again Monday, and they burned me a new disc and got the results. And some of the stuff I know what it means, and some of it I really don't. This is the CT scan. Let's see here. It says, for the CT scan, it says L1-L2 disk space. Then it has mild posterior disc flattening at L1-L2. So there's a disc flattening. There is an anterior something wedge of L1, which I really don't know what that means. I don't know if it's bulging out and it's kind of wedging against something. I don't know. But I do know what a disc flattening is a flattening of a disc, obviously. And it says some other stuff I don't know about. It also has mild lumbar spondylosis. I think that means bone spur, basically. I could be wrong. The MRI, let's see here. Something annular fissures at L3-4 and L4-5. Mild to severe diffuse disc bulge and facet ulceras at L3-4. L4-5, small broad base central protrusion and bilateral facet something. And I think when it says facet, it has to do with the opening or the space where the nerves are. And also it talks about the post-operative changes from meninectomy, which I did have that back last year. So I'm going to have to take this to the pain management doctor tomorrow and bring it to me and ask him, what does this really mean? Well, I know what disc bulging means, and I know what disc flattening means. But what the rest of it? What does that actually mean? Is this like bad, worst case scenario here? And then I go to the spine doctor the week after next, and I'm just going to tell him if it's bad like it sounds. Now, of course, I could be misreading this, but the other stuff, but like severe to mild to severe disc protrusion, I'll go in there and fix it. I am not going to live in pain. I don't want to go down that road anyway. Physical therapy, I know what they're going to do. They're going to try and do physical therapy, see any improvements. I don't know. Because my back kind of been hurting off and just slightly for the last month, and the last couple of weeks it really hurt really badly. Luckily, I had the common sense to tell the pain management doctor I need an injection in my back, because he's leaving his practice at the end of the month. And tomorrow, after the procedure, since he's in the same medical buildings next door to the hospital, I can pick up my medical records. I'm just wondering if I'm going to get charged for that, because the medical records are the property of Baylor Scott and White. Weird things going on with Baylor, I tell you what. And the only Baylor hospitals I can go to is the ones that were partly owned by Tenet. And now the ones that were partly owned by Tenet, they're now completely owned by Baylor Scott White now. Baylor Scott White bought them out completely. And I think that had something to do with them closing out Baylor Garland. The 2-3 hospitals that they bought out completely. I think that had something to do with it. Because Baylor Garland is kind of old, was old. A lot of weird things about Baylor. So I'll let y'all know if what the pain management doctor says about these results tomorrow. I mean, it is tomorrow already. Later on this afternoon, because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning now. I'm trying to get some sleep. Gonna be posting some videos about Atmos. The news station got some of the emails from them, from the state and from Atmos, and I want to know what they know and when they knew it. You know. So, if you have any questions or comments, please post them below. I'm real tired right now. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. Finally. Talk to y'all later.